Welcome to day 199 of TFIF 365. I'm coming to you, excuse my hoarse voice because I just woke up from a dream that I have to process and about liberation work. And it is, you can't save folks who don't want to be saved. You cannot save folks who don't want to be saved because liberation work is not about saving someone else. It is about providing a path forward. That's all it is. It is seeing a situation and moving from point A to point B. Point B is where it might not even be where the liberation is, right? It may be point Q, but you got to move from point A to point B to finally get to point Q at some point. And if you're sitting around waiting to save folks who don't want to be saved, if that's your mentality, you will go down with them. And no one will move from point A to point B. And I have to remind myself, and you have to remind yourself, when we're out here trying to do supremacy-free, coercion-free, discrimination-free, and exploitation-free, I really saw in that dream what they mean by you have to put your mask on first on the plane, and before you can put anybody else's mask on. In that dream, it really became clear. I don't know where it started, but it ended where I was in this building and we were in this inclement weather, like torrential weather, and it was washing out the roads. And before that, I was ready to go. I was like, but I waited around because other people were, wherever this building was, they were milling around, looking around, playing around, joking around, and I was ready to go. But I waited. And then I found myself in the situation stuck with them where I had a lot of time to create a path forward, to get out of the building, to take whoever wanted to go with me, but I stayed behind. And that is the unpopular. It's not an unpopular. Well, you can't save everybody who don't want to be saved. Is not an unpopular opinion. That is just what people say, right? But we find ourselves in this liberation work trying to convince or convert people to come with us. That is not our work. Liberators are here to liberate, and that means we create a path forward for people to follow. You cannot force somebody to follow the path. What we do is provide an alternative. I'm going to give people a choice of how to move forward. And that's what I want to keep reminding myself of, because that's also how you don't become a narcissistic asshole when you're thinking you're saving somebody else. I'm not here to save you. What I am is a person who has a lot of experience of not following people, figuring my way out of situations, and providing a path for other people to follow behind me. That is what I do. What I also we're socialized to do is hang around and wait for everybody for agreement. Some things you can't wait for agreement on. Some things you got to save your ass first while creating a path for others to save themselves. And that's what I mean by I don't want to be responsible for anybody else. For me, this work is not being responsible for you. It is not being your leader. It's not being your guru. It's not being none of that shit. It is, hey, I have a unique skill, just like a doctor, and I will figure out a way out of this situation. Once I figure a way out of this situation, I will announce my plans. I will move forward, and those who follow, and those who get left behind, I don't know what to tell you. Because nothing is liberated if no one gets out. If no one goes from point A to point B, we will never get to point Q. And so that is just my reminder. That is my reminder. I am not anybody's savior. I'm not here to save anybody, not even the most vulnerable. What I'm here to do is minimize the harm that is inflicted on them, prioritize their needs and amplify their voices, while I create a path forward that ensures that those who want to be free, that's a choice. And that's the unpopular opinion. Some folks don't want to be free. And this is not about the fact that they're worthless or no. Some people's role is just, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to speculate, as I was going to try to do that, and I'm not, because I don't know. That's not my role, so I can't speculate on why they do it. But we see it every day. We see it every day of people who vote against their own interests, who act against their own interests, who not only act against their own interests, but act against the interests of the collective. And as a liberator, I cannot allow that to happen. I cannot allow myself to be caught up in folks who act against their own interests or act against the community interests and get me caught up. No, I cannot do that. So yeah, from that dream, it was just that reminder. My job is not to save. I don't have a hero complex. My job is to do what I've always done. And that's to look at situations, figure out a strategy to move forward, and move forward. Because if I'm not moving forward, I'm not doing what the fuck I came here to do. So I hope that's helpful. Until tomorrow, peace.